You know what, guys? I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I do not want to be making this video right now, and I'll tell you why in a second. Welcome back to World Drum Club. I'm Kalani. Recently, the topic of warming up came up in our Patreon group over there, and I've been posting some information, and we've been sharing some ideas about how to warm up and how to get ready for playing. Some of that has to do with playing better, playing faster, playing more relaxed. Some of it has to do with mitigating the effects of pain and discomfort and stiffness. But what I want to talk to you about right now is pain. And I'm in pain right now. I do not want to be sitting here making this video. I got a back belt on right now, lower back belt. It hurts to sit, it hurts to get up, it hurts to walk around. I was doing some work on the car and in the yard around the house over the weekend, and I have tight muscles in my low back, and they just went out they went out on their own and partied and came back with hangovers. So I want to talk about pain because it's something that we need to talk about, and I thought, even though I don't want to do this right now, what better time, what better opportunity to just think about it, because I'm feeling it right now as I make this video. So there's a few things that can cause pain. And by the way, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physical therapist, I'm not an expert on this, but we all know that one of the main ways that we can get and experience pain is through injury. And if you are injured, you need to heal. You need to stop, rest, repair. There's lots of ways to do that. Don't try to play through that kind of pain. That's not the kind of pain that you want to play through at all. So if you're injured, then you need to address that and also think about why you may have gotten injured. A lot of the injuries that we suffer as musicians, I'm just going to keep it in the drummer, percussionist, musician realm, have to do with repetitive motions. And our injuries don't often come on quickly. They come on very slowly over a period of time. So it's a little bit it's not always clear, why we're experiencing certain types of pain, but we can develop injuries over time. We can also get injured suddenly. I remember one time I was in a hurry to go do a rehearsal, and I had a big heavy case, and I lugged this case up a stairway, and I really hurt my wrist. And I felt it for a week or two after that, and I had to rest it. So there's, of course, different ways we can injure ourselves. But if you're injured, that is its own category. You need to rest, you need to stop, figure out what you need to do to let yourself heal. So that's one category. Another category of pain that we often experience is caused by things that I'm experiencing right now, which are muscle spasms that have to do with tension. And in a little bit, I'm going to talk about a couple ways that you can help relieve that and maybe mitigate it, prevent it, or help yourself get back on track and help the pain go away a little bit faster. But tension is related to our technique. How are we playing? What are we doing with our bodies? This is why when I teach, I remind people to do things like relax your shoulders, for example. So if you're holding your shoulders up when you play, you're going to have tension up here. Have a good posture. Sit with a little curve in your low back, for example. Because if you're slouching over, then your bones aren't doing the work. You're not using your skeleton, which you should be most of the time, to hold your weight, right? Hold your weight. You want to rest on your bones, not use your muscles like a crane, constantly tensing because there's a curve there. So you want to correct your posture, and that goes from your feet all the way up through the top of your head, basically. And you can research ways to do that. I'm not here to teach you about posture, only to point out that could be a reason why we experience tension. Also has to do with how much we're how we're gripping sticks, or how we're playing maybe too fast and we're tensing up muscles. I get a lot of tension, not pain, but tension in my forearms. I have to remind myself to relax when I'm playing, breathe into it, don't play too hard, don't try to play faster than I can comfortably. And also I want to talk about ways that we can help with that situation. We'll get to that at the end. Another category, which I'm also experiencing right now, is soreness and or stiffness, right? Things that are just sore, you don't feel good, you're not moving well. Like right now, I'm walking around like an old person because my back is stiff, it's sore. It's actually got pain though, like shooting pain. So I'm experiencing several of these things. Soreness, stiffness, we can also address a couple different ways. Let me just move on to the last little category, which is we could just call aches and pains. All right, so we all have aches and pains. If you're over 40, you probably experience aches and pains anyway. You don't even know how you got it. You just woke up. It's something that just occurs in life, and we all have aches and pains. So what can we do about it? What can we do to treat ourselves well and treat ourselves if we're not well? There's a few different categories. One, I think is super important. Well, let's talk about why we experience some of these categories. And I'm going to give you some general things. One big one, and you guys, again, you can look this up and find remedies. There's lots of advice online, and books and websites. One is inflammation. And inflammation really has been linked to most disease, right? Most ailments you can kind of trace back to inflammation. We know right now there's a lot of talk about gluten. But that aside, I mean, you know, it's inflammation. Inflammation is never good. Inflammation causes our muscles to grind. It reduces blood flow. All sorts of issues that can come with inflammation. So how do we reduce inflammation? We can do that through diet. We can do that through temperature, like icing, you know, cooling off, reducing our overall temperature. We can do that with things like ibuprofen, all right, which is a medication that's designed to reduce inflammation. Why do we want to reduce inflammation? Because we want to increase blood flow, right? When we have inflammation, things get tight, things get tense, blood flow, it's harder. And we know that blood flow is really the key to health and wellness. Blood flow is literally how we get nutrients and oxygen to our muscles, all over our body. So think about that for a second. How important is that? It's super important. Blood flow is also how we carry away waste out into, and then gets filtered through our, you know, whatever, liver, pancreas, all that stuff. And again, I'm not a doctor, but you can research that. So blood flow is super important. So anything you can do to increase blood flow is going to help you stay healthy and also heal faster. Another thing we can do is stretch, because any muscles that are tight, they are in a restrictive state, right? Like right now, my low back is tight, but what do I need to do? I need to stretch it to open it up, to open up the tissues, to get the blood flow going. And then I can also do things that would be just overall good for myself, which is warm up. And that gets back to the topic I mentioned at the beginning of this video, which is when we do anything, really, even if you're going to do a power walk or a jog or run, lift weights, anything, warm up first. So that means gentle stretching, gentle movement. You want to give yourself, let's just put it in terms of hand drumming for a second. Warm up your fingers, warm up your wrists, warm up your forearms, warm up the muscles in your arms, maybe do some shoulder rolls. Why? Because we don't want to just go into vigorous activity without getting some blood flow going. We want to warm up the muscles. We want to get the blood in there, because we're going to be demanding, we're going to be asking those muscles to do work. So we want to, give them a chance to catch up, get up to speed a little bit, as it were. All right, so really that's what I have for you in this video. And I know maybe some of you have some tips and advice that you could leave our community. Remember that World Drum Club is not just a place, where I share my ideas. It's a place for you to share your ideas with the community. And if you'd like to do more and get more detailed and, share more specifically, you can see me at patreon.com/Kalani, which you guys all know because you're fans of the channel. But if you'd like to join the conversation over there, we are talking about warming up right now as a main topic. So there's some good ideas over there. People are sharing what they're doing. And together, we can do more. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I hope I feel better soon. I'm sure I will. In the meantime, go out and play some great music. Play some music for some people who need it. All right. I'll see you guys soon.